We're talking about liberty, we're talking about the institutions of democracy, and we're talking about the idea of India. How does it all come together in your mind?
Well, I think it really goes to the heart of what India is all about, because our nationalist movement, don't forget, our struggle for freedom, divided not on issues of, say, geography, north versus south, or ideology, communist versus capitalist. It divided on one very simple principle, whether religion can be the determinant of your nationhood. Those who argued that their identity came from their religion, they went and founded Pakistan. That was the idea of Pakistan. And the rest, who accepted the principle that we were common citizens of a diverse, multi-ethnic and pluralist country and society, we decided to form India as all of that. And so it seems to me that the fundamental division there, Veer, is between an identity-based nationalism, which is Pakistan's, anchored in Islamic faith, and a nationalism in India which is not anchored in identity but in constitution and institutions. That's what our nationalism is all about. And therefore, when we talk in terms of law, law is the underpinning, the bedrock of our nation state, of our entire nationalism, because it's the law that gives us, if you like, the capacity, the strength to interpret those constitutional processes, to empower individual Indian citizens. Remember, there was a debate even in the Constituent Assembly between whether you should empower groups, as the British had done, separate electorates for Muslims, separate electorates for Hindus, etc., or whether you should empower the individual citizen. The Constituent Assembly made that latter choice. So we're no longer about identities. Every identity has an equal chance to flourish, to attain any position in our country. And at the same time, unlike Pakistan, but at the same time, the notion of liberty is also built in, because obviously if you're giving political agency to every individual, and the legal system of the country guarantees that through the constitution, then each individual has to have the freedom to agree, to disagree, to vote for a government, to vote against a government, to oppose it publicly, to support it publicly. All of those, every one of us in this room has an equal right to actually take that stand. So to my mind, when we speak of the idea of India and so on, and some of our friends on the other side of the fence say that you have no monopoly on the idea of India, we have our own idea of India. I'm saying, boss, I don't have any monopoly on any idea of India. The only idea of India I recognize is the one that is enshrined in our constitution. It's what our constitution tells us India is, the kind of system that is upheld by the law of our country and the liberty it gives each of us to pursue our own ideas of India, including the wrong-headed ones on the other side of the fence.